Thank you, Michelle. I am so incredibly excited to introduce you to our first guest this morning. Not only is she one of the coolest people I know, but she also happens to be one of the most well-read people I've ever met in my entire life. And she has all of the info about the cool things to do while you're here in town. Everyone, Mckenzie Koffenberger, good morning.
Good morning,
It's
Ashley.
so exciting to have you here.
Love being here with you.
I mean, this is so fun. This is like girlfriend catch-up time, really.
Okay.
And let's be honest, you have the insight on some super cool things to do while people are here in town.
Yes, that's not skiing or snowboarding.
Right, it's a little bit different, which is so
Yes.
nice to have the option. So Mckenzie works with Walking Mountain Science Center, which for people that are, they're just coming into town, maybe they haven't heard of it before, let's just kind of give them an overview of what that is.
Thank you. Yeah, it's we've got 5 acres up in Avon where we have a natural science museum and then a sustainability center. So we work with from either kids in the area to businesses to become sustainable and actively green. So you can come up and just play in our museum or go on a snowshoe hike, listen to a lecture. We've got something from all ages.
You really do. And I mean, this is something where the programming is absolutely fascinating and it varies throughout the entire year. I mean, last year I went to weather discussion with Joel Grass, like that was super cool.
Yes.
And then, my family went up and did snowshoe adventure at the top of Vail Mountain. So, and they, coming from Florida, they were like, what is this snowshoeing thing?
Yes.
They loved it.
Yes.
Absolutely loved it.
Well, and that's what we just kicked off actually yesterday as our snowshoe program. So we have 4 different types of snowshoes, and your family then went on one of ours from the Nature Discovery Center at the top of Lionshead, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
So those are all free, which makes it super easy for anyone to do it. We have one for young kids. It's a family exploration. So they just get to go out on snowshoes and figure out even how to walk on them.
Which is so fun.
Learn about snow. How adorable. Like, that's the one I want
Right,
to
they're
just
like
go
little
behind.
ducks.
Yeah, exactly. Talk about a waddle. And then we have ones for, at 2 o'clock is our free one every single day. It's just like the one we have on campus. One on campus, you can use more your boots and sometimes snowshoes, but on the top of Vail is free also, and you just get to learn about nature. You get to ask all of your nature questions. No question is dumb, because I ask all of those.
Oh, me too.
Yeah,
me too.
Exactly, and they've got all the information, especially the snow science, and like what you're walking on, what you're looking at, how avalanches work and everything.
Something that was so fascinating about that is that Peter was our guide, and he ended up bringing out like some animal pelts. And so, the kids got to touch those and ask all about that. And I mean, let's be honest, like I was also really intrigued. So fascinating.
That's me with all the scat.
Oh, yeah.
They come out. I was like, because they know everything. It's so exciting. I didn't even think scat would be so exciting.
I know. Who knew that, scat could be really fun. But it is, though, because then you know who's been there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, and then so on 5:30, it's because you have to have a pass to get on the gondola to go use the free snowshoes. So it's nice after like a long day and you want to like end your day on the hill, like with a nice snowshoe. We have the 5:30 evening snowshoes also. So anyone can go up after, I think it's like 3:30 on the gondola. I would have to check, but everyone's free at the 5:30 one. So you can go up for an evening snowshoe when the stars are coming out. It's a whole different experience on Vail Mountain.
That is incredibly cool, because I think a lot of times, especially in the evenings, our stars are so unbelievably spectacular. And I think it's really intimidating, if you haven't lived here for a long time, to go out on some kind of a nighttime adventure unless it's guided.
And it's so much closer to the stars.
It is, right, exactly.
But I'd be remiss not to say that we do have some paid ones also.
Sure, of course.
And those are Tuesdays and Thursdays. But when we're talking about snow science, we have a brand new program that's every other Thursday starting in January that you go out and truly just talk snow science. So it's not an avalanche course, but you get behind the scenes and what people are doing when they're having avalanche courses.
Right.
And then we do have a tracking one also, so you get to do more animals, and then just a half-day hike. And
so cool.
Yeah, and you get away from Vail Mountain, you get away from all the lift lines, and if you have family that don't want to pay that amount of money to rent and do the lift tickets, it's $35 with a hot drink, all of the equipment, and transportation, and you get to spend from 9 to 1 with them out in the backcountry.
That's an incredible value. Plus you get the great workout.
Yes.
And then you get all the views, and then you get the knowledge. And to be able to have that guided, experience, I think it's just so incredibly special. And especially even just for locals, if they haven't been on a certain trail before, it's nice to have somebody who knows what they're doing.
Yeah, and every time I go on, I feel I learn something more about the trees that we have, the foliage, the flowers, animals. Like I could just come away appreciating our land more, even though I've been out here for 6 years.
Yeah.
There's so much I don't know.
I know.
And our guides are incredible.
They really are. They're so fun. Like they make it really fun and interesting. But All right.
And they can talk for days about nature.
And I could talk to you for days. And of course, we're like out of time. Thank you so much for being here. I know I'm going to cut you off, but let's hang out more. Let's go snowshoe once you prepare this situation. But
take your bar class.
Exactly. Well, listen, if you want more information, walkingmountains.org. It's so much fun. They are amazing. They're so good at what they do. So check out those snowshoe tours. Coming up next, we're going to find out more about what's happening with that local weather forecast. It's a good day to work up a little bit of a sweat, especially considering our temperatures right now.